We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with DWAC, and DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, continues to go lower. It's looking very interesting though. It tried to reverse. We're going to break it all down here, but it's looking interesting based off of 42 vision. On the 30-minute, we also need to compare what's going on with the 1 day, as I've done in previous videos. But we have some key things going on here that is looking very, very interesting, okay? I've broken it all down and we're getting close to it, and I'm going to break it all down in today's video. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning, as well as a brief summary on what 42 vision is, because everyone's always asking me what it is, and I'm talking about it in the videos, and it's something you can gain access to as well, and it helps me as an investor stay focused within the charts for a better charting experience. And we're going to jump right into it here with DWAC. So the opportunities I mentioned today all gave realistic expectations, except for one that turned out to be a home run, and that was FATBB after pulling back towards $21 and taking off towards 26, giving nearly a 20% plus move. And if you want to know early on what stocks we're watching every single morning to get in on early or be equipped and prepared for what is coming throughout the day through the volatility, join us. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So I see a lot of comments down below because I usually do chart analysis with 42 vision on what it is and how it really works. So here I have a 5-minute chart pulled up, and you could see the shifts throughout the chart, right? This right here is extreme weakness, and this is the area that I like to call the dip. And I'm watching for a transition, and when the transition happens, my goal is to be within that transition to maximize on the opportunity. And it went up from $36 all the way up to $39, nearly 10%. Just an example here on this chart. Now, if you look at the chart here, how it's pulling back, these are green candlesticks with red borders. On a regular chart without 42 vision, it would just be red candlesticks, and that right there could have alone shaken me out. And usually when it's still green, even though it has red borders, it is signifying there's still some strength for a possible leg up again, and that's exactly what happened. Now a shift into weakness happens right here. Dark green with red goes into red, but guess what? Once it levels off and a shift back up starts to happen, this is what I start watching closely, and you could see it happening, going back into strength, consolidated, and took off again to highs of $42 and some change. So if this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you gain access to the Discord, weekly watch list, daily watch list, and the 42 vision indicator, which allows me to focus in on the charts, remove the noise, remove the volatility, and maximize on opportunities. Check out the link down below, and by choosing the 42 vision tier level, you will gain access to the 42 vision indicator and everything I just stated. Let's go ahead and jump into these charts. I look forward to getting you guys set up and having you join us. So based off the charts here with 42 vision, things are looking really interesting on the 30-minute. If we put the 15, it is trying to hold up, and if we put the 1 day, which I've shown you guys, it continues to look like things are going downwards. So based off the 1 day, if this finally can turn into a green volume bar, we could start seeing this push up. And if the 30-minute can finally start a reversal, which it tried doing right here, this is what's exciting about 42 vision. When a stock is at these levels, eventually there is some type of reversal, but it takes volume to push it up to the upside. We've seen it happen back here. We've seen it happen here, and every single time I've talked about it, it has eventually reversed due to the fact of the setup that's happening in the charts. You could see clearly here how it shifted into obviously white with green borders and then red with green, and same thing here, quickly going into dark green. And right now we saw it try to do that here, and it just continued to go into further weakness, and eventually we're at a level where this could possibly turn around. if volume picks up, because the most important thing is for volume to pick up. But also don't be surprised if this big run up really fast turns out to be a dead cat bounce at these levels, if the 1 day continues to show this downward pressure and trend and red bars down here in the volume. The volume is looking weaker and weaker every day, more outflow than inflow, and you could see it here. The average 10-day volume is 25 million and total volume today was 3 million. So that is something to also be aware of. So why is it falling down really fast? Well, I've told you guys a lot of people are starting to actually see the valuation based off of what it's given, which was a total of 1.7, and then with the 293 million from DWAC reserves, it's a total of 2 billion, and you could see how it's getting there really close to 2 billion. If it stays in this area, it's showing some strength, but if it breaks through it, which is $55, we could see some further weakness even based off the 1 day chart. And also we have here the law firm investigating the claims on behalf of investors, because there was talks before DWAC went public about Trump and the DWAC CEO and founder to talk about they're going to plan being a merger even before it all went public and was stated, which is supposedly not supposed to be done, which kind of doesn't make sense, or it's kind of just an excuse to come after DWAC to try to bring it down. But there's no shorts right now, or at least there's a very small amount. So this is a lot of selling pressure, okay? Either profit taking, uncertainty, or just money leaving the table within the stock, creating opportunity really, because we're going to break down this article here where it talks about how this is all an opportunity with some risk though, right? And we're going to break it down. So in this article, it talks about how it could possibly start to pick up strength, and here is why. They start doing the numbers, right? They crack down the numbers of how many people follow Trump, and if Truth Social every month gets about 30% of Trump's voters, which is a total of like 78 million, that would constitute to about 20 million, and they're throwing like another 10 million of overseas fans or just random people around the world, bringing it to 30 million monthly users. It could possibly be more than that, but they're lowballing it to not bring too high of an expectation. But they talk about Facebook's average revenue per user, which is about $10 last quarter, and then they come down here to break down how much Truth Social can go ahead and make if the cost was $10 per month, 20% of the monthly user subscribers, and that would be another $720 million, okay, based off of Truth Social alone. And if they didn't host anything else, just based off of revenue, they can possibly add another 100 million of revenue annually if they do live events on there, and that would bring it up to close to 900 million in revenue in total, right? The 90 million, 720 million, and the 100 million. Now, if you multiply that by the price earnings ratio of 25, they get about 4.5 billion of enterprise value of the company, which is literally making it undervalued at these levels. Based off of all the pre-merger information, we have up to 2 billion. Based off of these crackdowns of these numbers in this article, it's 4.5 billion. So that would be nearly 2.5x from $56, bringing it anywhere between $100 to about $130 of possible valuation once revenues start to kick in. Hypothetically speaking, if these could be the numbers and that many users per month. So they're basically saying as of the afternoon of November 2nd, they had dropped to around $60, making their value 1.8 billion, saying this is undervalued. And the bottom line is this has a lot of risk, but they urge risk-tolerant investors to buy a relatively small portion of the shares at this point. That's what this article says. This is not financial advice. This is just an information that I am relaying to you guys that I read, and after doing those numbers, then that is something that could be very, very interesting. But assuming that the cost per month is $10 just from revenue to be with the subscription streaming service of Truth Social, plus the users of ad revenue, $10 as well, and then also live events, as they stated here, another 100 million. Assuming that it turns out to work out this way, this could be in an undervalued situation. So based off the charts and what I'm seeing, anything under $50 is a steal if these revenue numbers become a reality. If not, I'm going to continue to focus on the 2 billion valuation, and it's really close to it right now at $50 to $55. If it goes under 50, it is bringing itself to a more realistic valuation of what Truth Social's parent company, Trump Media Group, is really worth, which is nearly about just 1 billion. And we need to see if investors start actually valuating the company and the stock based off that valuation, or up here holding it up above 2 billion and upwards towards 3, because there's more value here than we see so far in the charts. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.